Good morning. It is me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot. And we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that energy reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we are craving changes, then we need to make shifts and flow with the energy within ourselves to see those changes happen. Thank you for being here today. You know what? I went out last night, but I didn't drink. It can be done. And I feel still very tired and I can't hear anything because I didn't wear earplugs because I'm dumb. But thank God I am not having poison coursing through my veins today. It was fun. The shows were really good last night. All right, let's see. We're going to hone in the messages for today's reading. So this is when you come here, you have a motive. It's probably like, I want to be with my person, or I want to get this job, or I want to get out of this slump, or like whatever. And there's a higher message that if you took this message away from you, it would benefit you even more than the thing that your ego thinks. So I guess, you know what? This is the card. There's a card in the, what is it? The Universe Has Your Back deck, which says, forget what you think you need. And this card is what we truly need. That's how I'm going to define this from now on. Thank God. I couldn't come up with a way to talk about this position. I was always like, this is this and that is that. And I'm taking so long to explain this very complex thing. Forget what you think you need. This is what you really need as you walk away from this reading today. Okay? And it's interesting. It is the Four of Cups upright. And it says on this card at the bottom, luxury. And the Four of Cups, which is really glaring, here we go. The Four of Cups is an energy that is about dreams and meditation, being grounded in nature. It is about receiving an offer and not being able to see it because you're very focused on the cups in front of you. So, you know, the universe is like, hey, here you go. And you're like, no, I want that one. And the universe is like, no, that one is not what you, no, you asked me for this and that one is not that thing. And you're like, no, I want it to be though. I'm just going to sit here and stare at these cups until it turns into this thing. And the universe is like, bitch, I have the thing. Can you turn and look at the thing? Okay. That's the energy of this card. So there is accepting offers or not accepting offers, being too focused on specifics, being focused on past. You know, if you really think about this, they're focused on the Three of Cups, right? In most of the depictions of this card, which is like being focused on the union instead of focused on the Ace of Cups, which is like the higher level relationship with the divine. So that's, we think we need union. We think we need the Three Cups. And the universe is like, no, you need to receive my cup that I'm offering you. And the only way, and you're like, how do I know? How can I find, what do you mean? Like, I thought this is, I'm looking at this and this is what I want. And the universe is like, no, meditate, get grounded in nature and connect with me. And you will know what choice to make. Because you can't argue with your intuition once you actually tune into it and feel it. So do it. This is a call to meditate for sure. Ooh, my stomach just started growling. Like, why couldn't you growl before when I was like, I don't feel hungry? And then I have to sit down and now you growl? Okay. Let's start with divine feminine today. I think we did masculine yesterday, but whatever. I'm just going to start with it because I feel like it. Okay. This is the Tell Me Everything spread. So remember, your person that you're focused on is composed of two energies, not just one, just as you are composed of these two energies here. And if you're listening to the energy that is not the one you identify with, so if you're strongly masculine or strongly feminine, there's a lot of people that come in here very balanced, but sometimes people have more than one than another. And if, let's say, you're in your feminine and you're listening to the feminine reading and you're like, oh, well, that applies to me only. Nope, that applies to your person too. They have the same kind of reflected energy in their emotions. They may not be in tune with it, right? That's the whole problem, right? They haven't integrated the feminine part, but this is within them, and you will see expressions of it within them. And then the opposite side of the coin, if you're like, well, I don't identify with that at all. Well, find out how you can identify with it, find out where the parallels are in your life, and then you'll be able to shift the energy. This is what we do. We shift the energy. I wouldn't say we change it because we work with the energy that exists. We just shift and flow with it. All right, let's start. The Tell Me Everything spread is like a spread where I just tell you what your person is saying. So the feminine today is going to begin speaking in the headspace. We have the good old Knight of Pentacles, and in the heart space, we have the Empress energy. And I literally just wrote about the Knight of Pentacles in my morning pages the other day. And I want to read it because it's exactly what Divine Feminine is saying with these two cards. It was something. Here we go. I wrote, the Divine Masculine who is ready for me right now and tells me, the difference between me yesterday and me today is that I want to do what Spirit wants me to do, and I'm not in any rush. I finally love the Knight of Pentacles. I suddenly have so much gratitude for that guy clutching his pentacle, protecting that solid, stable energy coming at me when it's fully cooked. I don't need it, so I'm not after it or voraciously waiting. I'm full, actually, just the right amount. And then I even wrote about the Empress. I said, I am like her, on my throne, tending to my own needs, calling and it comes, feeling the ground moved, barely perceptible beneath my bare feet, but knowing that it does, that earthquakes are constantly shifting and changing the landscape, but the throne remains solid beneath me. I am free to wait for only the best offer, the one that will reflect my solidity, intensity, creativity, passion, conviction, spirituality, the one that finally walks up, never being begged for scraps, but already offers, the one who arrives and is always chosen, because every day she chooses herself, always going back to her connection with the divine. I couldn't have put it better myself, Divine Feminine. Oh, wait, I did. That was what I said. And that's what these two cards are. Divine Feminine's like, okay, take your time. Because I'm not accepting anything until it matches me. And I feel like the motherfucking Empress right now. So, bitch, what? What do you have? Are you an Empress inside of yourself? Do you have emotional stability? Are you abundant, fertile, and creative? Are you able to take care of yourself and nurture others and gestate something within you until you can go through the pain of birthing it and then feel gratitude for the experience? What? Oh, you're not like that? Okay. Smell you later, because there is someone who's coming for me that's just like that. And that's how Divine Feminine feels right now. And I love that for her. And in the head space and the heart space, these are some things I'm hiding from you, Divine Masculine. The 10 of Pentacles upright and Judgment upright. This is an interesting one. I had to look at this for a minute when I pulled it because I can see the only cards I can actually see are the top and the bottom of the deck. I can't actually see like the spread itself, but these are the ones I can see. So when I'm shuffling, I'm like glancing. I go, this is where we are today. And I looked at these cards and I thought, what am I hiding? What am I hiding from the Divine Masculine? And it's interesting. For me, there might be a reference to an age difference, an older Divine Masculine, because we've got that patriarch element here. But so it might be an age thing, a little bit of an age thing, that the person that you want is a little on the older side, something about that. But this is awakening and reconciliation and salvation through judgment. Right? You experience, you go before someone and you experience their judgment and you receive their pardon or not. right? That's the energy from this card. So we also, I'm using the Tarot of the Divine today, which has this story about this character here. I believe this is I think this is a Chinese story, but I can't remember for certain. There's stories from all over the world. But in this case, this patriarch is looking over his legacy, everything that has come from his work in the world. He's now seeing this material fulfillment where he gets to give everything he has to or share everything he has with his family. But what I always find so interesting about this card is that unlike the OG imagery that we typically see with Smith Waite, where we have, you know, the patriarch and the couple and the dog, this is a whole bunch of people. This is generations and generations of people. And Divine Feminine is wakened to the true purpose, I believe, of her material desires. She's like, oh, this is why I want what I want. This is why. There's a feeling of that. So what she's saying to the masculine is, I'm awake. Okay. I can see that our mission is larger than just this union between us. And though I desire it, there's a part of me now that understands that the ego that desired us coming into union, that was just the spark. That was just like the Ace of Wands. And the true purpose of us coming into union is this larger mission. So I am awakened to this older connection that I have because I understand that this long-standing connection I have with this twin, this soul that has shared many past incarnations with me, because we have this whole legacy with us. I understand the importance of it, and I'm taking it very seriously. Like, I don't want you, don't get it twisted. I'm not fucking around. Like, you know, as I've been sort of exploring what constitutes this material happiness for me, I'm taking our situation and our connection very seriously. It's a huge deal for me. But I'm hiding that. I'm honestly, I'm hiding how seriously I'm taking it from you, because I have been trying to detach myself emotionally from you so that I could be in my Empress energy and not be, you know, begging for scraps from you. But I really value this connection. I believe that it has the potential to be a lifelong connection, and that we can find a lot of material happiness. It's 8:11 on the clock. And it was 13:03 on the timer. And I want it. I desire it for sure. Oh, okay. These are the things I seek forgiveness for. The Seven of Wands and the Lovers in reverse. And this is a 20. It's the 20 card. So my feeling is Divine Feminine saying, I'm sorry that I'm fighting this connection with you. I'm sorry, because I'm fighting it 100%. I am feeling like I have to keep my guard up. Like I can't trust you. Hello there, Saffron. That I cannot, you know, it's like I can't fight it. I can't fight it, but I am fighting it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. And I'm sorry that I may have used other potential options, other people, karmic partners, etc., to honestly actively fight you off as a means of pushing back, like pushing you away. I'm sorry that I have done this. These are the things I want to say about the present moment. Six of Wands in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. So we've got a terrible, shitty camera that doesn't allow you to see these beautiful cards. And this one here. I love the imagery from this Page of Cups. It's really appropriate. So both of these in reverse. Honestly, I gotta tell you, I don't love this. I don't love this. This is a hollow victory for me. You know, I know that I can sense that you have true love for me, and yet you're keeping me in this peripheral state in your life where you're not actually. It's not even that you're not publicly acknowledging the connection, because you really are not. It's funny. I feel like other people could see it or experience it. Like there's people on the sidelines that are like, "Oh, that's happening," and you're like, "No, it's not." And I feel like the victory is me really believing in this true love you have for me, and really being like, "Oh, I guess the masculine loves me." Okay. And then being like, "But I got nothing to show for it. He loves me, but like, great. You know what? I'm pretty lovable. There's probably a lot of people who love me secretly behind the scenes that don't tell me about it. I mean, look at me, right? Come on. That's what the feminine is thinking. Like, this is great and all. You're like, yeah, you have feelings for me, but you're keeping them below the surface. You're not really revealing much. Only I'm revealing. There's loyalty here, but you like a little puppy though too. You know, I have a puppy right now. They're great, but they're a pain in the ass, right? Like, can't deny that. So that's how I feel right now. Speaking of puppies, can you see her? Oh, she is ridiculously huge now. So there's that. That happened all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, we're already getting. Okay, so this is what I want from you. We've got Judgment in reverse, and as Grace Strega pointed out when I pulled this card during one of her readings, all she sees here is a monkey with a stick. And the Divine Feminine is like, I want you to wake up, and I want you to apologize to me. For what? Well, I think you know for what. Here's the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Six of Cups. So this is interesting because the Queen of Wands in reverse is about it's like about your having a hard time controlling your ego and your passions, really, right? Because this is sort of the essence of the Strength card. And in its reverse, it's a sense that you are, you're not controlling your jealousies, you're not controlling your anger. Your ego is just winning out. And masculine, I want you to fucking stop doing that. Like, wake up to how you're stuck in this past, really. Like, you get jealous. Your jealousy is like, it's so confusing to me because it's like, why would you be jealous about somebody that you could literally have? If you just had me. I don't understand. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I want you to awaken to this complete ridiculousness of this whole premise you have that, like, I don't know, that like that for some reason you can't come forward, and that somehow means that, like, I'm gonna fall out of love with you and choose someone else. The truth is, I may choose someone else, but the love is never going away. That's never going away. That's the whole thing that I've been fighting, right? The twin connection. So while you're wasting your time being afraid, oh, she's, somebody else is going to come and you're jealous, or you're worried that I'm like attracting other energies, or you feel, the other thing is this can also be like, I want you to forgive me for my jealousy and my anger. And I want you to reunite with me. And so we can both reconcile and forgive each other for doing the same shit. Like literally doing the same shit. This is something I long for. Oh my God. Yes. Please bring me out of the cold, divine masculine. What the hell? This is just like, really? You're going to leave me over here by myself? Me? Really? While some other like vapid energy that has like no intention of ever actually giving a fuck about what you care about, while that person like flutters around you, you're just gonna leave me over here? You're not gonna be like, I'm sorry, can you excuse me? I'm gonna focus entirely on this motherfucking empress because everything else looks like shit to me. Like, how is that not? So I'm longing for that. I'm longing for you to finally embrace that I am the sanctuary, and the place where you are, that's more like hell to me. It is. Like, it is. It's like you created this whole, you're like, oh, this is this comfortable place for me. And it's where you all go engage in like super toxic behaviors. I'm not into it, man. I'm going home. I'm going home before nothing good ever happens before 2. That's what Jed's mom said on How I Met Your Mother. Nothing good happens after 2. I went home at 1:09 last night. That's when my car got there. I was like, let's go. Most of the masculine energy in the collective is like has created this safety net of the material around them. There's a lack of love and affection. It's like they're out in the cold, but they think they're in this warm sanctuary. And really, they're not. This is something I long to tell you. This is the 7 of Cups in reverse. I don't want any of the other fish. There's a lot of other fish here. I don't want anyone else. That's the thing that I'm apologizing for fighting against this connection when you and I both know that I don't really want to choose anyone else. This is something I need right now. Justice. I need this scales to be balanced and fair. And I need the truth. I need to see clearly what's going on. I need the reciprocity that is implied by this card as well. And this is what I'm prepared to give to you. The 10 of Pentacles. And there's this loyal, loving, devoted companion energy in this card. And it's like I'll be a bitch, like I'll be a bitch. What's funny is there's a dog here over here, so it's like in this card, the thing I'm hiding from you is that you're my bitch, and then what I'm ready to give to you, so I'll be your bitch. I love that. Anyway, I'm prepared to fulfill your material happiness, assuming you balance the scales. And then these are the things I hope for us. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. Yes, please, God. We have the Lovers in reverse. And we have the Chariot in reverse. Very interesting. So the Hanged Man in reverse is about no longer being suspended. So I hope that we can stop waiting, or that you will... Honestly, this is the Hanged Woman card. I wish you could see it if this freaking camera wasn't such a giant dumpster fire. Like, why is that so... I'm so annoyed. Anyway, because this card is cool and she has got like a serene look on her face. But I'm like hoping that I don't have to wait for you anymore. And that you release any of these other bitches that you have had around you. And that you get control over this chaos. And that you surrender to I already surrendered. And I've been waiting in that surrender. And I freaking hope you surrender too. and just let the divine move us forward. Hello, Nabrisha. This is a collective reading. So if you have personal questions, you can go to pearlsprayers.com to book a reading, or you can try to catch me on one of the lives on TikTok that I do during the day. And for sure on Saturday this weekend, we'll be doing a live around 11:30 a.m. usually Pacific Coast time. All right, so let's continue on with Divine Feminine. Oh no, I forgot to shuffle the Promises deck. Let me do that right now so we know what she promises to the masculine. Oh, seriously, I'm so hungry all of a sudden. Why? Also, I desperately need to get groceries. Like, I've got like beef left for her that I cook for her, and I have like some pretty shabby Chinese food left, and like bread, but nothing else. Oh, I think I actually have some frozen vegetables. It's just like shabby. I just always wait because I get my groceries delivered, so I wait till like absolute last minute before I do it. And I really got to do it. Oh, and then thankful. I forgot. Now we do thankful too. Okay. And then, oh yeah. Man, I'm out of it today. And I didn't drink last night. You know what? I still think I'm recovering from Sunday night. Sunday night is still a bit of a blur. That was a very fun night out that started with such a lovely, just nice artisanal drink. It was James Bond, The Vesper, and it was really good. And then it just all went downhill from there. There was so much mezcal involved, and I usually don't drink that. Okay, still recovering. Alrighty, now we can finish out. Divine Feminine, what do you promise? If your question is about the collective reading, feel free to ask. I just don't answer personal questions during these readings. But feel free to ask anything about the collective reading that you feel called to ask. All right, Divine Masculine, I promise. Here is the High Priestess upright. I promise to trust myself. I promise to tune into my intuition. Remember yesterday, my obstacle, I think, was it yesterday? It was not tuning in. It was not listening to my intuition. Oh no, I know. It was it was what I was hiding what the feminine was hiding in the reading in TikTok. It was the Judgment card in reverse, which we already got the Judgment card here today. And it was the High Priestess in reverse. So not being able to choose the twin or know which one it is or trust who it is. So I promise that I will be tuned into my heart when I am assessing all these options that, remember, I told you, I'm longing to tell you that I only choose you. Hi, Sarah and Shaylee. Hi. I'm longing to tell you that I only choose you. So I promise that I will be very in tune with my heart space, and I will be very discerning about any options or opportunities that come forward. And that I will not be wearing this mask in regards to you either. That I will not hide my feelings for you. That I will be open to you about my feelings. And that I will use my heart to sort of get through, get the clarity I need, get through this confusion, this confusing time that we've been in. And then this is what I promise, and then these are the things that I am thankful for. It's interesting. The Devil. Girl, you're supposed to wait for the Slutist tarot before you start pulling these messages out. I am thankful that I'm very sexually attracted to you, and I'm optimistic about experiencing that with you. But I have a lot of gratitude that it seems like you're no longer focusing on the spilled cups. You're turning away from focusing on karmic pleasure only. And you've really started, I can tell that you're really starting to process the feelings that have come from these lackluster relationships. And I'm thankful that rather than focusing on these unfulfilling experiences, you're starting to feel called to really experience a soulmate relationship. That's something I'm thankful for right now. Something I want to do you. This is the Vice card. Again, that Devil card coming up, just being like, I kind of want to be naughty. I think it's interesting that we have this little black bunny there, like this. It references like the black cat from the Queen of Wands image, which is often associated with sexuality, but even more because it's like a bunny. So this is for me like, I want to do it a lot. I want to be almost addicted to it, kind of a feeling with you. Know what I'm saying? And what I would like you to do to me is the Princess of Coins in reverse. And there is this is a reversal on this energy. So I don't want to experience just little small like innuendo comment gestures about when it is that we're going to engage. I want to like, lock and load. Let's get it done. No more of this small little steps here. I want you to make big moves towards our sacred sexual union. And I love that you are you talking about the Slutist tarot that you added? This is so great. My friend Cheryl got me that deck actually, and it's one of my favorites. All right, let us now go over to the divine masculine side of self to hear the messages from the masculine side. And then we will return to the feminine for her final closing messages and her oracles, and then back to the masculine, and then the union, and then we're out of here. All right, let's get going. Hey, right out the gate, divine masculine is thinking about the divine feminine with the zombie tarot here as the Empress. And in his heart space, he is with the Housewives tarot. These happen to be probably my favorite decks, I think. They're incredible. For the masculine energy, like C'est Magnifique. I do love the Wild Unknown, but I don't know. There's something so amazing about these two decks. Anyway, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse, which you can see is this very overburdened feminine who really needs to put down all these cleansing implements. And where did we see the Empress? Right over here. Now, what's really exciting about this union, I'd love to see union in general in the readings, because that suggests that we're very tuned in to the head and the heart, and that we're going back and forth with grace, which is what our goal is. Y'all think your goal is to come into sexy times. It's not. It's to come into this. This is our goal. When I see in the feminine heart space, which is the most feminine part, right? That's the emotional, receptive side. Here we go. As the Empress. And then in the head space, which is the most masculine in terms of and remember, this is gender. Please don't take this offensively. Like this is a sexist thing. Like, men intellectualize and women can't. That is not what this means. There's many women I know who are so much in their masculine energy and over intellectualized for days and refuse to feel the feelings of their heart space. This has nothing to do with gender. So try to release those associations when I'm talking about it. But the headspace, this is where we intellectualize concepts. To see that the Empress is present in the headspace of the masculine energy is to see a complete union of head and heart. The feminine feels like the Empress. The masculine sees her as the Empress. You feel like the Empress. You see yourself as the Empress. That's how that works. So very beautiful energy. Now let's look at the actual imagery. And this is the beauty of having very many decks. Incidentally, if you would like to send me a deck, there's a link below. You can send me one that I'm calling in. I've got a whole list of them. Or you can go to prosprayers.com. You can also click support there to send gratuity, because honestly, I need it. Help a sister out. All right. let's take a look here. Masculine is saying, I want to tell you everything. But right now, and I know you're going to get so mad at me when I say this, so like, I'm sorry. But you're not communicating with me. 8:33 on the clock. You're making me wait. And I know that it's something to do with healing yourself, like healing a part of you that's still kind of afraid of me. But I really want to hear from you. I want to hear communication from you, and I want to communicate with you. And I understand that I've put you into this vibe of this waiting energy that you're in, by this, with this Knight of Pentacles, with the slow moving withholding of this energy. And I know that has been an incredible burden for you. And I'd like to drop that burden. I would like to drop this burden of waiting for you. But I would also really love it if you communicated with me somehow, please. Please. Oh, would you love that? I can't imagine why. Here's something that I'm hiding from you. Now, I'm going to show you these cards, and I'm going to tell you the story that I feel is most dominant in this collective. But there are some of you who are at earlier stages of the journey. So for those of us that are closer to union, the first meaning that I'm going to give applies. For those of us that are in early stage of the journey, it's going to be the older message, because now we're having these collective waves of intersecting. People that are coming, they're awakening to their journey, right? We've got like awakenings happening. And then we have people who have been awakened to the journey and things are finally coming together. So I have to tell those two stories. I just want to say that because I don't want people that are coming into union to freak out that old energy is coming back. It is not. So for those that are coming into union, that are at a later stage in their journey, and let me tell you, for the sweet souls who come to my page and tell me that their person left 2 months ago, I have news for you. Now, I am just an individual with opinions. Like, I'm not a specialist. I'm not certified in anything except for knowing a lot about art history and electronic production and sound design. I am certified in those things. It is highly unlikely that if your person left 2 months ago, that you are going to come into union, into a healthy, stable union that is ready for, like, that you all healed, everything's all whole, you're all ready to go in any short amount of time. It is most likely that you are going to have, I'm going to tell you, a decade or more, if this person is truly your twin. That just seems to be the general thing that happens. And if you've only been in separation for 2 months, there's not enough time there for you to do the deep healing that happens early on in the journey. Okay? So, for those of us that are at the later stages of the journey, the divine masculine is hiding this from you. I don't know why the spirit wants me to reveal this, because I'd really like this not to be revealed so much, but I'm going to ask you to marry me. I'm going to reunite, and I'm working up this courage. I'm going to go with this flow, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to reunite and come into union. And I feel that I finally can express this to you, and that I want to experience this joy and celebrate, because I know that it has been killing you to wait for this. Okay? That's the one layer. The other layer, the people who are at much earlier stages of their journey, the divine masculine is hiding third parties. He either has a partner already, a karmic partner, a long-term partner, and it could actually be a wife, or he's just still in that karmic energy, kind of, experiencing other people and exploring and just kind of wishy-washy about the actual union. But that is for people that are in an earlier phase of the journey. Okay. So to determine where you are, you really would need to get a personal reading. You can go to pearlsprayers.com for that, to book a personal reading. But it's going to be different for everybody. That's why I write collective now on my reading, so that you understand that, I'm going to say lots of stuff. It does not all going to apply to you because everybody has unique circumstances. There is a general energy that I'm reading, and it's basically my energy. It's like how close you are to my energy. And I'm seeing questions here. I know who my twin is, and I don't feel like we're meant to date. Is that wrong? But for us for 15 years, it's very clear to me, but I don't feel like we're meant to be together romantically, and I'm supposed to feel bad about that. I mean, no, there are no rules on the twin flame journey. So, I mean, I know somebody who's determined pretty much that she thinks that her father is actually the twin in this life, that the lessons that she needed to learn, that you learned on the twin flame journey, she learned from her relationship with her father. So I think there is a misconception that because we hear about the twin flame story, we're like, oh, I'm going to come into union with my twin in this lifetime. And it's like, your twin, you've had many, many, many incarnations. And correctly, I do believe not all of them are romantic. It's not always meant to be about romantic love. We idealize the twin flame thing. Like when you hear about it, you're like, oh, I have a twin. It feels special. It makes you feel special. But in truth, I mean, I believe that the actual likelihood of a true twin soul is really extremely rare. There's billions of people, and I don't think there are billions of twin souls at all. But it doesn't really matter. It's more just like you became fixated on a person, and it can be your false twin, it could be a real twin, it could be your soulmate. It really doesn't matter. The journey ends up being the same. You chose to learn mastery through the journey of love. So it doesn't matter exactly how you get to that mastery or who you're focused on in order to do it. It's just you're going to learn the same lessons either way. So good. I'm glad that helps, Saffron. All right. So divine masculine. What is divine masculine of sorry for? We have the 10 of Cups upright in the headspace, and then the 4 of Swords and Death in reverse. So this is interesting. If this is headspace. Usually I have this in heart space, so I'm like trying to, I don't know why I switched them around today. I guess to make me think more. I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry for remaining silent about this rebirth, about this end of separation, about not communicating that I desire to give you this bliss and to really attain this spiritual fulfillment with you. And I'm sorry for for needing this rest, for having so much healing, for resisting the transformation and then taking so long to do the healing that I've needed to do, and making you wait for me again is coming up. That Empress energy of making you wait on your happiness. Like I should have given you this a long time ago. And instead I just kept staying in this toxic behavior. Like I couldn't heal it. And I'm sorry that I put you through this. These are the things I want to say about the present moment. 44 minutes on the timer here. And it's going to turn over to 8:44 in like 1 second too. The Wheel of Fortune upright and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay. This is such a fascinating Wheel of Fortune because we have a feminine that's like basically she's a zombie, so she's dead, and she's like playing this game, like, you know, it's like the thing where they throw knives or whatever, and she's like strapped into this. And so this is like, I feel like this, like the time it's taking is like killing her, kind of a feeling. And then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse here, where this bitch is nipping this problem in the bud before it gets too serious. She's just like, nah, I'm not into that right now. I'm not gonna let that take over my my garden, right? So chop chop. So divine masculine is saying, like, divine feminine, I know this timeline is killing you. It's killing me. It's killing me. It's killing me too. I'm sorry about it. Like, but you're being so cold to me. My ego is like, are you fucking serious right now? I'm being cold to you. And it's like, okay, you're the same person, right? You're being so cold to me. And you know what? Now, when I think about it, it's like, for those of you that have been following me and my journey, know a little bit about it. I've been dabbling right in the other options because my twin is doing this, and I'm like starting to lose my reproductive organs potential for future children if I wanted that. So, okay. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm fixated on this person's not really my twin or something, and I should look around. Or maybe I should just call in a soulmate because Jesus Christ, you know, okay? So I'm looking around at the other energy, and this other person appears. Oh, you know, like, oh, somebody from my past. Everything's kind of seems like, oh, it'd be kind of a good fit sort of thing. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to feel it though, because of this other energy that fucked me. I don't want to get fucked. Well, I do want to get fucked, but not that way, by this energy, this new person. So I'm not going to feel anything. I'm going to, like, my heart's going to be like, oh, I really like that he said that. And my head's going to be like, bitch, so? Of course he's going to say that. What do you mean? Right? So when you're like, oh, my masculine's being cold and detached, and then I think about myself and I'm like, I'm doing that because I don't want to get into a situation where I come home crying because I didn't get enough attention. But that's me associating those feelings with the person instead of associating those feelings for my expectation for the person, which is different, right? So rather than detaching from the feelings I get around the person or trying to suppress them because of this loyalty I have to this past energy in my life, however it works out for anybody, rather than doing that, I should feel the feelings, allow them to come up, and not let them pull me anywhere, but check them with my headspace in a very nice flow. Not just my head being like, bitch, no, do not have feelings. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a bad idea, okay? Like that hard, like, no, we're going all head here. We need to be logical. You have shit to do. You've got to make money. You've got to have an impact on the world. And if you're wrong about that person, you're going to waste your life, right? Meanwhile, the heart is like, but I can't possibly care about any work or material wealth when I feel so dead inside without having connections with other human beings. And then it's like, get over it. You're fine. Stop crying. Crying is for girls. Are you a girl or are you a man? And try to deny that you don't, no matter the gender, you do that to yourself. And why do we suppress the feminine? Because of the patriarchy, period. So if you want to be a radical feminist, then don't suppress your feminine energy inside of yourself. Don't worry so much about what other people are legislating about what women can or cannot do. I mean, you should still worry about that. But take a break from that. Go home and look in the mirror and ask yourself, how have I suppressed my feminine today? Because to be a radical feminist is to elevate the feminine within self and to balance the masculine energy that has been in overdrive in order for you to survive. And all of us have been in that. Why? Because we've emphasized the masculine energy, which has been a real problem if you haven't noticed. So that was a big, long explanation for the divine masculine saying, hey, I know that this whole time that we're having to wait is really killing you, and I feel like you're being kind of mean to me and cutting me out, and I don't want you to cut me out. Like, but I understand that you feel like I'm throwing knives at you. I keep missing, but like, anyway, please don't be mad at me. And it's like this timing is out of my hands. I don't have a lot of control over it. I know you don't think that, but that's true. And then we're getting what I want from you. This is always my favorite position. This is usually a position that I'm like, you need to heal and then revisit that placement. So we'll see how he's doing today. Okay, we've got the 8 of Hazards or the 8 of Pentacles, and we see this zombie head in a jar. So this is a strange 8 of Pentacles to me. It says, do not open. Interesting. And that's coming out with the Hierophant in reverse. So, wow. Again. Rude, Masky. You cannot get it right in this placement. Though I'm sure you're salty about my placement over here. Because the feminine is like, bitch, wake up. Stop being such a little bitch. And like, just reunite with me. The masculine is saying, divine feminine, I want you to work on your commitment issues. I'm sorry. How rude. My commitment issues, but I mean, that's what the masculine is saying. The masculine is like, I want you to work on your commitment issues. Now, if you're like, but I'm ready to be committed to the masculine, so he must be insane. I'm thinking right now of my person, of a person, one of the people. This is so confusing. The older person, and I'm thinking of that person being like, when's your record coming out? Because I really want you to work on that commitment you made to doing the dream you had. Remember your dream? You were going to be a musician and that's what you're going to do? Well, when's that happening? Because you keep sort of, and you're like, oh, I'm in it. Divine masculine. I'm ready. Listen, I'll wait for you. And I understand and take your time. And then you're like, in the meantime, I'm going to go dabble in karmic energy and then have a lot of shit to clean up, a lot of toxic shit to clean up when it's all done. And I want you, divine feminine, to get off your high horse a little bit. I also want you to release some of your traditional beliefs that you have about how things need to flow or go or be. Like, we can define that ourselves. We don't have to do what everybody else has done. Like, this is our show. This is something I'm longing for. Oh my God. The Hierophant Upright. Marriage. Now look at. This is a station about rescuing. This gives information to the people that are suffering from the zombie apocalypse, where the different rescue stations are to be picked up. So this is like your spiritual knowledge that saves you from damnation or, suffering, okay? Divine feminine is not tapping into her knowledge in this card, right? He's saying, I want you to work on this. It's like, babe, I know that you know this stuff. So when I'm watching you, I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, but you're the one who taught me this. You're the one who really I learned this stuff from. So how is it that I'm watching you deal with this? Either you're committed to me or you're not. And I know that you're like, oh, but you're not here right now doing exactly, but this is a soul contract, is it not? This is a card about legal contracts. I just want to smack this bitch up a little bit. Okay, but anyway, I want marriage, divine feminine, with you. I want sacred union. I want traditional union. And I want to save ourselves from the toxic energy that we've been experiencing by trusting in this higher power and having faith in our sacred union. And what I've been longing to tell you is that I want to meet up with you in person. And like I said in the beginning, that I didn't want to say because I really would have liked to have kept that hidden, universe. I want to ask you to marry me. Like, I know that I want you. I know that I want you to be my wife. That's what I want. That's what I long to tell you. That I want to meet up with you and talk about this. To which I'm like, okay. Again, what is stopping you? I'm right here, you know? And this is something I need right now. Patience. This is the 3 of Wands. And in this card, the zombies have taken a huge bone and turned it into a battering ram. And there's like this family pointing like, oh no, they're coming in. And then up here we see in the interior of the home, these people are like playing piano and like they're on the phone, probably calling. It looks like they're probably calling police or something. So there's like, they can see, like there's people in here in the window and they can see what's going to happen. They can see that these zombies are coming in. Meanwhile, these people in here, they're getting the reports from this. This is a card about, you can see what's going to happen. So you can't really, it's 8:55 on the clock right now. You can't really do anything about what's going to happen. It's just, it's going to happen. And you just have to have faith. Again, it's another card that is really about faith. The Hierophant, this card, and the 4 of Swords, honestly, which came out before, are all cards that are referencing having faith in something, in a higher power, in, you know, in what is supposed to happen. So divine masculine needs this patience. He needs to have faith. I think he needs to release fears about, you know, his past coming back to haunt him. And what he's prepared to give you, divine feminine, if you can give him this patience, is the 6 of Pentacles upright, which is one of my favorite 6 of Pentacles. This card upright, of course, is generosity and benevolence. It is reciprocity, the balancing of the scales. There's normally a scale depicted in the 6 of Pentacles. In this card, we're seeing a trickster energy, a childish trickster energy accompanied by ghosting. Okay. So it's like the divine feminine offers treats and the masculine in the past has come back with this ghosting energy, but that will be balanced out. So if divine feminine can be patient, the masculine is going to give her everything that he was promising when he was in this trickster energy. And then we're getting his hopes. My divine masculine energy is a little fucked up sometimes, I think, because here we go. We have the 5 of Cups upright, and we have the Hermit. This Hermit is the divine feminine. She's relaxing. She's all on her own. And I see the divine masculine saying to the feminine right now, I want you to be optimistic about what is coming and stay on your own while you're waiting for it. So annoying. But I hope that we can be optimistic about our future, that we can grieve the past that we've lost in this time that we're alone on our own, but that we can be optimistic that this time has been good for us, that it's been healing, that it's been something that, you know, we both needed. I hope that we can see things this way so that when you do come forward, or when you do come forward, when I do come forward, you will be able to see this time alone in a better light. You won't hold it against me or allow your grief to cut me out in that Queen of Swords energy. And this is what I promised to do about the connection, or about my thoughts and feelings, rather, is how I phrase that. We have death and the Ace of Pentacles, which is pretty freaking amazing, because we basically have the masculine saying, I promise to transform the situation, to end the separation, to end this time of being apart, and to actually give you this offer that I have been withholding. I promise to do that. And these are the things I'm thankful for about you. This is the Queen of Wands upright. So he was seeing her energy a little fiery. Where was it? It was, oh, no. She was seeing her own energy actually in reverse here. But he's seeing her in her full power. The divine feminine. Of all the feminines, of all the queens, this is like the spiritual queen, the tarot reader, the witch, because the wands are about energy and spirit and stuff. And this is like the magicians. This is like the witch energy. So I'm thankful for your powers of manifestation. I'm thankful for how gorgeous you are, how attractive, how much you stimulate me. Like, I'm thankful for this. And you're just so magnetic and everybody's drawn to you. And as much as I do feel jealousy about that, it also makes me feel pride that you're like this hot. Like, I'm thankful you're so hot. Like, what can I say? And I'm also thankful that you are an angel. This is the Temperance energy. But of all of my Temperance cards, the angel is definitely of the feminine persuasion. So I see the masculine here saying, you are my angel. I'm thankful for you teaching me about this balancing. This has helped me immensely to recover from a lot of the toxicity in my life. And I'm thankful to you for showing me this protection, that our union is protected, and showing me my angelic guides and putting me in tune with this and actually helping me to believe in the ethereal realm. And this is something I want to do to you. This is the Princess of Swords in reverse. Hang on one second, please. No service today. I have a live broadcast. No. Thank you. Always with the freaking, they do like, what is it called? Extermination. But like, it's just so frustrating. Anyway, so I don't even have past, thankfully, but Princess of Swords in reverse. So I want to, this is like, I want to watch you, but I think there's more of like, I think it's more like, I don't want you to feel afraid. Like, I want you to feel like really like you have nothing to fear with me. That's something that comes up with him a lot. And I want to show you everything you've ever been curious about. And then what I want you to do to me, this is the Eight of Swords. I may want you to tie me up a little bit. But I think this is more about letting another kind of card about letting your guard down, or about just maybe like trusting me to, like, if there's a blindfold on sort of a thing, like, maybe allowing us to feel that relationship, that like trust relationship that you build in that sacred sexual union. So something about that. All right, let's go back now to the divine feminine, and we are going to knock all her cards over. Super fun. Okay. And we're going to get her message to divine masculine, and then some of her healing energy and her theme for the week. I need the books for this. We're getting vulture spirit for the feminine to the masculine, and she's saying to him, hey, nothing is wasted. Let's see. What seems hideous has its own beauty, babe, and the recycling and repurposing that I do is as important as any other activity in nature that supports the cycle of life. My message to you is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial. And you are reminded that any suffering you have experienced or caused has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experience are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. What is decaying is only changing form and will fertilize seeds you wish to plant, turning that which has passed away into the substance that will support new growth. All that you might wish to deny or discard has value and can be repurposed and reintegrated into the new you that you are becoming and the new life that you are dreaming into being. No pain was in vain, and no experience was wasted, for you have the power to use it to co-create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with spirit and with me. I love that message. It's a beautiful message to masculine. All right, feminine, you're getting a reversal on this Greet the Darkness card, which is coming out from the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle. It is the number 19 card, or if you were add that up, it would be the 10 for completion. And the keywords are self and inner truth. And the reversal says, this is a sign that you are ready to bring your inner truths to the surface. You've done a lot of healing and exploration. Your guides, however, want you to know that you cannot remain in the darkness forever. You will have to rise and allow those hidden parts to see the light of day. So, divine feminine, excuse me, you're keeping this hidden, which is that you know what will make you happy in the material. You know. You feel it and you think it. And you're hiding that from the masculine energy. And if the masculine energy doesn't know that he would make you material happy, then how can he feel the confidence to come forward? Ooh, a new card I haven't seen before. So we're getting the Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. Very interesting. This is your healing energy, divine feminine. This is coming from Elena Fairchild's White Light Oracle. This is an incredible book, if not a little bit wordy. I usually just try to grab a few things from it, but there's so many good things usually in these, in her what she writes. And then we'll probably do the healing one at the end if it's one we haven't done before. 39. Here we go. You can have what you truly want. Let that sink in. I'm pretty sure that is the biggest message that you will receive today. You can have what you truly want. Okay? Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection wherever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. I'm just saying, this oracle guides you to trust that you will reach your destination even when there are forces beyond your control. You don't need to be more powerful than oppressive forces to overcome them. In connection with your heart temple of spirit, you will be empowered to proceed on your path with abundance, wisdom, and joy. All right. And Divine Feminine, what do you truly want? Close your eyes right now. Hello there, sunshine. I'm just seeing you. Close your eyes right now and ask yourself, what do I truly want? Because that's your theme for the week here. This is the Four of Wands. This is the sacred union. A stable, healthy relationships, romantic, friendships, everything. But definitely this is the card about marriage and in sacred union. This is what you truly want. If you achieve this within yourself, you can achieve this outside of self. Sacred union inside of yourself looks like this. My head knows I'm an empress. My heart feels I'm an empress. Therefore, I'm an empress. So work on that, Divine Feminine, this week. Allow yourself to want what you want, which is this, and allow yourself to truly believe that your wishes will be fulfilled. And you don't have to control how they're fulfilled. That is how you get stuck or lost. You just need to believe they will be fulfilled and do the things that you feel called to do intuitively throughout your day. If you do that, you will be led along the path of your desires, of manifestation. Divine Masculine. He's saying to the feminine today, this message from Badger Spirit, which says, be fearless and bold. We're getting the protection message. This is the fourth card. We just saw that Four of Wands. Divine Masculine says, when I come to protect you, I remind you that anger, aggression, argumentative behavior, and being pushy or manipulative will not result in a positive outcome. Perhaps someone close to you has excess badger energy, or perhaps that energy is pent up in you. Either way, now is the time to calm down and allow the energy to pass through you. Wow. You did not just tell me to calm down. Take a brisk walk, shake it off, or dance it out so you can return to the situation determined and committed. I told you he wants you to work on your committed issues. Commitment issues. He feels you are not committed to him. But not so intense that you overwhelm others and yourself. My appearance serves as a reminder if you've been relentlessly pursuing something that keeps eluding you. The message is that it's time to surrender it up to your higher power and focus on something else. I want to protect you from self-will run rampant, from being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer, in timing that fits perfectly with your notions of what has to be. Remember, the world doesn't revolve around your wants. Better, more beautiful opportunities will be the result when you release some of this intensity, along with your need to have it your way 100%. Fucking rude. Oh my god. You could have said something a little nicer to me today. My god. Anyway, fine. I can't get what I want. Great. Love that for me. That's not what he was saying, ego. He was saying that, first of all, stop being pushy and stop trying to get this on your schedule. He doesn't have control over it. So you're taking it out on him. This is what he's saying. He's like, you're pissed at me and you know how this works. You know how divine timing works, feminine. So how can you be mad at me? Like, to that, I can say there's no way you can communicate with me. You can't communicate with me there's no way for you to communicate with me. You can't open your mouth hole and speak to me in some way. You can't get a fucking message to me. You can't. Like, that's what happens with my feminine energy, where I'm like, okay, there's divine timing. Sure, fine. We have to wait. Like, there's a reason. Okay, there's some kind of a reason. There's some kind of reason why we have to wait. Okay, then fucking tell me what the fucking reason is. Because not knowing the reason is what's making me insane. But divine feminine, that's the problem. Not knowing the reason is because you doubt the outcome. So you're like, well, what's the reason? Is it going to keep us from ever coming into union? Is that why you're not telling me? Because we're never going to be together? Because what do you care what the reason is if the outcome is that you come together? Why are you so concerned with when it happens? Are you so concerned with when it happens because you think if you're not with this person, you will never be happy? Oops. If you can't be happy now, you'll never be with this person. If you can't be happy now, you will never, ever, ever be with your person in this spiritual journey. And if you get with that person before you figured out how to make yourself happy, you will go into separation again. Because anytime anyone, not just twins, but anyone gets with someone because they think they will be happy, they will never be fully satiated, because our satiation comes from our own self-fulfillment, never from someone else. So, divine feminine, go back to what she said to the masculine, which maybe the masculine was listening today and heard her message, which was like, take as long as you need. Because I do know that this really great offer is coming to me because I am in my Empress energy. And I can feel it. I can feel it in my whole being that I deserve this, that I am worthy of it, and that it will come to me. And the waiting that I'm having to do is simply a test. It's simply a test. The universe is like, oh, what if it takes a little longer? You still want it? What if, like when I'm a musician, I had a laptop that I would produce music on. And in 2018, it was stolen from my car. And I couldn't produce music anymore, which was my job. And the universe was like, oh, are you going to stop doing music now? Because it's harder. It was already hard. Now it's harder. And I'm saying I want the kind of success in the music industry that if you're not prepared for, will kill you. I want like mega success. This is back at that time. I don't know how much I want that now, but at the time I was like, I want massive, huge, top 40, whatever the fuck, success. And the universe is like, okay, well, do you know how hard that is? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know it's going to be hard. I'm strong. I can do it. And the universe is like, all right, well, let's see how strong you are. Let's see how committed you are to creating the thing that you want to create, which I hope is not just a relationship with a person. I hope that's not the only thing you want to create. Oh, that's so boring. Okay, you created your relationship with a person. Great. Are you like a Barbie and Ken doll? Now you have some children. Now you have a house. Like now you have... That's your mission? Come on. Not that having families isn't a powerful thing. It is. But that can't be your only mission. There's got to be more than just that. You've done a lot of work to get here. All you're going to do is pick out the china you want to put on your freaking, like, wedding registry? Come on. There's more to life than that. And the universe is testing your commitment. Are you going to wait for it, or are you going to give up and walk away? What distinguishes people who make it in the music industry and people who don't? Oh, it's not talent. I know many, many, many talented artists that will never be famous. So it's not talent. And I know there's actually a lot of famous artists that have minimal talent, honestly, like to a certain extent, in comparison to some of the incredibly talented artists I've seen that never make it. So it's not that. What is it? Is it money? No, because there's people who make it that come from nothing, and people who make it that do have some. It's not that. Is it luck? No, it's not, because you could if you are standing at the grocery store today and somebody walks up to you and you hum a little song like and they come up and they're like, "Oh, you're so talented. I'd like to give you a recording contract right now." And you'd be like, "Awesome. I don't have any songs written and I don't know how to play anything." So it can't be luck, because you could have luck. You could be in the grocery store and an A&R person could come over and be like, "Hey, I want to give you a label." And you could be like, "I don't have any of the goods that I would need to do the luck." So it's not luck. What is it? Outside of mindset, because there is something to do with mindset in there, there's this one key component. They're committed and they never give up. Every person who's ever made it can say across the board, "Hey, I didn't give up. I didn't do it." You know how many people give up in this field? Almost all of them. Almost all of them. And they get very upset with you when you don't, actually. When you meet people who have given it up, they like to tell you, "Oh, how terrible the music industry is. Oh, it's so shitty. Ah, da, 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 da." They tell you all the reasons that they made, all the excuses that they made to not keep their commitment to themselves. Now, some people find new callings, they find, like for me, it's like, I'm still going to do music, but I have this whole other thing with tarot that's new for me. But some people, they just give up and they accept something less than what they really desired. And they're always kind of feeling a little bit of a lack because of that. The feminine in this energy, she doesn't give up. She's waiting. She's powerful. She knows it's coming. Divine Masculine is getting Black Cat. This says there's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. So this is the 7th card. The keywords are independence, survival, and grace. And it's interesting because you both got reversals, and I don't think this deck is reversed. I must have shuffled it upside down, but it has reversed. It has reversed meanings. Black Cat in reverse reminds you that you have another chance to get things right. A black cat has 9 lives, but you never run out of chances to start afresh. Trust that there is a grand plan that will not let you down. Take the leap of faith and don't be afraid to jump high into that tree. You may fall, but then again, you might not. If you do, you'll just have another chance to get back up again. Beautiful energy. Divine Masculine, take your second chance. And if you fall, you just get back up again. Cupio Dissolvi is coming out for the masculine energy. And this is the 2nd card in this White Light Oracle. Masculine, it is time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey and the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. Events are unfolding according to a higher plan. Even if your plans are going awry, know that all will come together at the right time and in the best way possible. Surrender your struggle and hold on to your faith. This oracle guides you to immerse yourself in the spiritual light within your heart. A beautiful and uplifting outcome is being offered to you. Trust in spirit, let go, and receive. And your theme, Divine Masculine. This card, I always get such a fucking kick out of this card. Your theme for the week that you need to deal with: the devil. Divine Masculine. It's funny because Divine Feminine also got the devil on her side. And the devil is in the details. And the details of this image are so incredibly phallic that it's almost embarrassing. I feel masculine that you got to get control over your sexual energy. And I don't just mean this in terms of like spreading your seed, although that's a part of it. It is actually just more about your creative energy and what you're doing with it. You're tending to waste your creative energy. You invest and prioritize in the wrong areas in your life. You likely could be facing some addiction also that you're needing to work on or face or deal with or confront. All right, now we are at that final closing moment for the reading. Please go to pearlsprayers.com. Click on Tuned in Tarot to book personal readings. You can see there's a contact form there. If you need help choosing a reading, you can always reach out to me that way, and myself or Ash on the team at Tuned in Tarot will get back to you. And you can also click support if you'd like to send a gratuity for this reading. Again, I could really use it this month. Honestly, I had a pretty slim month last month, so can use all the help I can get. So book those personal readings for Christmas. For the holidays, you can give them as gifts for people, and listen to my music there as well. And coming soon, there's going to be a members only. It's only going to be $3, so you can just join that and kind of call that your help for the month, and I will totally appreciate that. And it's going to actually be the only way that you can see the Tell Me Everything spreads soon. They will be on just my website on a private page. Excuse me. All the rest of the readings will still be on YouTube. All right. The final message for the twins coming from Spirit is Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. It is number 38. And it says, have you been allowing your imagination to run amok and dream up a nightmare that seems to have come true? Fear not, for whatever dreaming you did in the past can change today as you dream anew. Wake up from the perception that everything is wrong. Lizard Spirit asks you to open your eyes and consciously dream a better dream. What would it look like to already have what you desire and be the one you wish to be? How might it feel to work toward co-creating this new dream as a reality in the world of the senses, drawing it out of the world of dreams and building it in the world of form? Trust in your ability to dream anew and honor it today. And it's very profound that this card came out, because if you'll remember, or if you were here at the beginning of the reading, that was the theme, dreaming the world into being. And if you weren't here at the beginning of the reading, the way that I now describe this position, thank God I finally thought of it, is when we get that card that says, forget what you think you need, this is what you really need. You really need to stop dreaming the nightmare that you've been dreaming and dream this new world into being, the one where you accept the offer, the one where you're not rejecting it and focused on the 3 spilled cups of the past, but where you're accepting the love from the divine. You are both getting the Witch card. This says, grab hold. Allow the dwelling fire within belly awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. And the key words are wisdom and alchemy. And the meaning is, when the Witch card is in reverse, know that you are more than capable of manifesting all that you desire, even if you have not had success with your spells in the past. Practice makes perfect, even in magic. A spell that didn't work doesn't mean you aren't powerful or are on the wrong path. It could mean that you aren't ready for this spell at this time. You manifest what you are ready to receive. Consider working spells that require a smaller amount of effort, or working healing spells to clear out any baggage that may be keeping you from calling in the things you desire. Magic is alchemy, and the conditions need to be right to turn your spiritual lead into gold. Keep trying and you will succeed. Powerful message. And the healing oracle you're getting today is the Oracle of Chaldea. We've had this one before, haven't we? I've got all these books all over the place here. This is 37. Wow. Okay, we're definitely going to do this healing process because it's so apropos. So let me just get the musics ready for that. And before we do this healing process, this is the theme. It is the Two of Pentacles. It says change. It is very poignant because it has the yin yang in both places and the lemniscate, the snake eating its tail, the beginnings and ends, the eternalness of the connection that you have. This is making a decision. And it's choosing the twin, which is yourself, choosing the soul within self, and choosing the person that fully represents that energy completely represents this energy within you. It is about issues of juggling things, work and life, all of those things about balancing. And it's about dancing with that energy and learning how to prioritize what is important to us. Oof. All of a sudden, I smell like garbage really strongly. Ew. I don't know if it's coming from outside. Sometimes when like a garbage truck goes by. Ugh. All right, let me put on. I'm not going to be able to chill out if that is what I smell. So I'm going to put some incense. My other ones run out already because it's 1 hour and 30 minutes into this reading. Are you kidding me? Lord up in heaven. Also, I had a fun moment last night. I met some new people, and I met this girl, and we were chatting, and I guessed after only spending, I want to say 20 minutes with her, I guessed completely accurately in the correct positions her freaking sun and rising and moon. And we were like, and each time I would guess right, she would be like, yes! And I'd be like, I can't believe it, but I think you have even more fire. Are you also a Sag rising? And she was like, oh my God! And I was like, usually I hate the pressure when people are like, guess my sign. I'm like, oh, I hate this. But for some reason, I just I knew her sign so much. It was really fun. Okay. Are we ready? We're going to do this healing. Before I go, I will tell you that I will be here tomorrow doing the release and rebuild spread in the morning. I'm sorry, I don't know what time. I'm spontaneous, but it's usually sometime between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time. There's a 3-hour window there for you. And I will also be back on Saturday. I think it's Saturday with Grace Draga. Either Saturday or Sunday. Always pay attention to our stories on Instagram to find out the go time for the live TikTok hour. And then another hour on Instagram where you get to choose your own personal reading. If you don't know Grace Draga, please go check her out. GreyStrega. She's an incredible reader, and we have a lot of fun together. So go check that out this weekend. All right, here's your healing. I'm just going to finish this, and then we'll do the healing process, and then I'm going to turn the music off, and you can all just chillax and be healed and go into union and stuff. Okay. Continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go whilst the mind is still holding on. At other times, the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or to judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Be positive. There are times when being present in the body and feeling our truth is challenging. We may be unsure how to hold space for our own emotional and psychological states. Humans are complex creatures, and the authentic healing journey requires us to have patience with ourselves. We need to know when it is safe to delve into a matter with full faith that even if things feel out of control, we are connected to a powerful, supportive spiritual network and our own wisdom. And that's enough to handle whatever arises, even if we tremble somewhat during the process. We can imagine that the wounded self lives in a room in the mansion of our soul. When that room has not been entered in a long time, it may have become a scary place in our minds, a place to avoid. That is part of how humans protect themselves. Living in such a split and defended state is not tenable forever, but for a time it can serve a useful purpose, allowing us to build the strength and awareness we need to address the situation. We do what we can to grow and prepare to enter that room, to open it and rescue the beautiful aspect of our soul that's been waiting for such a time to come. To prepare for such a heroic healing moment, we can connect with the spiritual realms of light as a source of love and strength. During such downtime with the divine, we can learn about ourselves beyond our wounded parts. While we know we have some healing to do, we also understand that alongside our vulnerability, there is courage, wisdom, and confidence. By acknowledging our wounds and also affirming our strengths, we ready ourselves to take our next steps. The Chaldean is the devotee to the light of spirit. When the Oracle of Chaldea comes to you, it is an encouragement to rely on the light. Embrace practices that help you feel connected to the light. Grow your trust in the spirit within you. This is not about ignoring where you need healing. It is about knowing at a deep level that you are loved, spiritually guided, divinely held, worthy, and capable of healing. As your trust in the spiritual light within you and your connection to the spiritual worlds increases, so too will your readiness to acknowledge and engage with that which needs healing. You'll feel safe and supported and ready to move on. You may feel your relationship with spirit is already strong enough to support such a process. In this case, the oracle is an encouragement to embrace your readiness and allow the grace of your spiritual journey to expand into all areas of your life. This oracle augurs a spiritual growth spurt, a forward leap on your path of healing and awakening. It is a reminder that no matter how large a challenge may loom, you can continue to grow your spiritual connection. So it is always more powerful than anything else. It's very beautiful. All right, we're going to begin the healing process. But before I do, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody who stays through all the way to the end of these readings. I see you. It takes a lot of hard work to be on the spiritual journey and to be committed to it at such a deep level. And I honor you for that. And I thank you for your support and for being here with me today. All right, let's go ahead and start this healing process, and then I will just shut the music off. I'm hoping Bowie settles down so we don't have to listen to her little collar jangling. All right. So let's find a comfortable position in which to relax. If you would like to light a candle for this process, please do so. You could also have a crystal or anything else that reminds you of the light placed where you can gaze upon it. So I'll give you a minute if you want to light a candle. And I actually have a crystal here that I'm going to get. Begin to connect consciously to your breathing, noticing the flow of the breath in and out. Allow your breath to lengthen and deepen naturally. Let yourself become fully present in this moment. You can then imagine, feel, visualize, or intend you are drifting into a beautiful realm of light. You may like to close your eyes or gaze at the crystal or the flickering candle to help you relax and sense the light on an inner level. Allow your awareness to dwell in the soft and inviting inner realm of light. Let it be a pleasurable and soothing experience. Let the light take on various colors. What colors feel best? You can imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that your soul can absorb those colors with delight and pleasure, as though an inner hunger or thirst is being fulfilled, resulting in further peace and relaxation. Be in this process of light bathing color therapy for as long as feels good for you. When you are ready, ground yourself with some gentle physical movements and hydrate your body. You have completed your healing process.